Bore da, croeso I Gwasanaeth Dathliad. Good morning and welcome to our celebration assembly. In the nursery this week, Miss Owen has chosen Carlo Griffin for showing great concentration and attention to detail this week, and Pavi Suntharam for sharing with others and concentrating so well in group sessions. In Miss Harry's reception class this week, she's chosen Zainab Mohammed for trying to join in with all our singing and working really hard with Miss Coles, and Kobe Sargent for trying hard with his learning all week. He has followed the Windsor Clive way during our PE session with Cardiff City. In Miss England's class this week, she's chosen Tia Hargaden for being so enthusiastic with our Rhiannon art project this week and creating a beautiful painting of her street, and Carson Lee Brockway because Carson has been trying hard to follow the Windsor Clive way this week, taking turns with his friends, especially on the scooters outside. In Mrs Jonas and Mrs Lacey's class this week, they've chosen Harley Pell for participating so well in our PE session and having fantastic behaviour in the hall following the Windsor Clive way at all times. Keep it up, Harley, you are a superstar. And Shaquille Ahmed for trying so hard in everything you've done this week. Your writing is really improving, and Shaquille, we are so proud of your enthusiastic attitude since returning back to school. In Miss Turner's class this week, she's chosen Liliana Daly for following the Windsor Clive way every day, all day. Liliana always contributes to everything we do and it's a pleasure to teach. And Amelia, because she has a great attitude to everything that we do and is always respectful to her friends and the grown-ups in the school. In Year 2, Mrs Lansing and Mrs Prothero have chosen Mohammed Kui because Mohammed always follows the Windsor Clive way. He always is ready to learn and tries his best at all times of his work. Keep up the good work. And Arias Ali because Arias has worked really hard this week and has really listened carefully during teaching time on the carpet. We are very pleased and hope this will continue. Well done, Arias. In Mrs Thompson's class this week, she's chosen Caitlin Davis for trying her best in literacy this week by writing a wonderful song all about Wales, and Jihad Rahman for going out of his comfort zone this week by performing a class song with his group whilst being filmed. What a great effort. Mrs Harris has chosen Paige Fraser Small in the Wellbeing class this week for doing all the work on Google Classroom and looking after the well-being of others. Moving on to Year 3, and Mrs MacDonald has chosen Thomas Thorley and Jake Jeffries Matthews for excellent contribution to St David's Day activities. Well done, boys! And in Miss Reynolds' class, she has chosen Harrison Taylor and Priya Paiskajidi for excellent effort in always completing all their work on Google Classroom. Also for great contribution to the St David's Day activities this week, Diane. In Year 4, Miss Harrod and Mrs Fancourt have chosen Amelia Ross for excellent effort this week with home learning, and Lucy Rose Adams for working really hard on her Google Classroom this week. In Mrs Monaco's Year 4 class, she's chosen Mickey Zheng and Zach Fender for particularly excellent contributions to all of our St David's work this week. In Year 5, Miss Coslet has chosen Mackenzie LaRue for giving extra effort and completing lots of his work on Google Classroom this week, and Charlie Glenn for going over and above with all the work online this week and continuing to challenge himself. In our other Year 5 class this week, Miss Morris has chosen Joyce Chen and Lucia Rodriguez-Lowe for fantastic descriptions about dragons this week. In Mrs Mings's Year 6 class, she has chosen Amelia Lewis and Darby Brockway for working extremely hard on our St David's Day tasks this week. They were willing to try all the activities and try their very best. Diane. Miss Cruz has chosen Casey Smith and Rose Freeman for overcoming their fears and participating in Google Meets this week. Miss Cruz is so proud of the way you've joined in and gained confidence. Well done, girls. And we have 2 shout outs for teachers this week. Well done and thank you to our amazing Foundation Phase teaching assistants who have been so supportive since we've returned to school, and Miss Cruz for organising an amazing and fabulous virtual Eisteddfod. Thank you, everybody. Diolch yn fawr iawn pawb. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely rest of the day and an amazing weekend.